All right, so today I wanted to talk real quick because a lot of people really talk about um, the heart of a champion. And I feel like that one of the things that are neglected is the mindset of a champion. And I wanted to really talk about the mindset of a champion and in respects to me, how it helped me out, how it helped to work things out for me to change my mindset and really turn my mindset into the mindset of a champion. Right here in the back, you see I have the two belts that I fought for in Art of War. If anybody has not heard of Art of War, they're an amazing promotion up in Northeast, part of the United States in Philadelphia. It's amazing promotion, and I'm glad that they gave me the opportunity to fight for them. I fought for them in 2019. That was actually my last fight before I got sick. I defended the belt, my 205-pound light heavyweight title fight. And going into that fight, I really, actually, when I fought for the belt, the very first time I fought for the belt, I had a change in my mindset going into that fight. Again, a lot of people just have the mindset, I'm going to win. They may think I'm gonna do whatever possible to win. Anything necessary, I'm gonna win. And it's not necessarily like that, because in combat sports, unless you're fighting on the street, you can't do anything to win the fight. There are guidelines, there are rules when you're in combat sports, and so that puts you limited. You're limited in the things that you can do in order to win that fight. But going into these fights, my whole mindset changed. Again, some of the things that plagued me when I was in combat sports, competing at the highest level, is like that mental fog, that brain fart, that overthinking situation that you come into. But changing my mindset, and the way that I changed my mindset, I want to let you guys know the way that I changed my mindset was through meditation. Meditation, visualization, and breath work. As much as I trained my body, I trained my mind. You have to have your mind keeping up with what your body is capable of. In all of my fights, I never watched video on my opponent. That was for my managers and trainers to do, and they would come back and tell me we need to work on this or that. My goal was to train my body to reach the peak that I can reach at that point in time. And to that point in my fighting career, I realized that I needed to train my mind just as hard as I was training my body. So, training my mind, visualizing everything that can possibly happen in the fight. From me getting knocked out in 2 seconds when the bell first rang, to me tapping, or me knocking him out, or me tapping him. I thought of every single situation and scenario and worked through it in my mind through training. And I sometimes even put myself in those situations when I'm in training, when I'm tired, when my body is tired, when my mind is tired, to see how I can adapt to it and how I can relax my body, relax my mind, relax my thoughts, in order to get out of those situations. But as hard as people train their bodies, they have to train their mind. So for me, I feel like that no matter where you are in combat sports, for you to get into the ring or the cage or on the platform, you have to have heart, because you're going out there and somebody's physically trying to hurt you. You have to have heart to go out there and compete. Even if you just want to put it to basketball or football, you have to have heart to go out there and compete. So the heart of a champion is apparent because you're out there competing anyway. But do you have the mindset, the mentality of a champion? A lot of people don't. A lot of people will go into an interview and say, I'm going to win. I'm going to do what it takes to win. That's not a mindset. Those are just words. And you can repeat that to yourself as many times as you want. But if you're not training your mind as much as your body, you're on the wrong, everything's not in alignment. You have to have your mentality in alignment with your body. If you want your body to work optimal performance, you need to have your brain and your thought process and your memorization do the same exact thing. So again, for me, when I figured this out, I was able to win the belt and defend the belt. This trophy behind me is Amerikick trophy. It was Amerikick Internationals I did up in Philadelphia in 2014. I was able to come back. I was losing in my match. The guy was beating me. It was probably like 6-0, and it went to 8. And because I'm able to calm myself, and I was able to clear the mental fog and the overthinking in my body and in my mind, I was able to come back, beat him, and then beat the next guy and beat the guy after that in order to win the trophy. But the point is, I was down. And one of the reasons why I was down is because I had that mental fog. I was overthinking, and he wasn't necessarily as fast as me or as strong as me, but he was catching me. And it's because I was overthinking. I had that mental fog. My body was prepared to go into the fight, but my mind wasn't. And once I took a step back and I was able to take a deep breath and do a little bit of breath work in between him punching me in the face, I was able to calm myself, get that mental clarity, and go back in there and do what I needed to do in order to go to the next round, in order to beat those people and go and get the trophy. And one of the biggest things that I did, again, is the breath work. When you breathe and calm yourself down, you can't necessarily meditate in between matches. Before my fight, before I went out, I'm in a room doing breath work. After my hands are wrapped, I'm doing breath work. Everybody's hitting pads, everybody's jumping around. You know, they're warming their muscles up, yes. But I was warming up my mentality. I was warming up my brain. I was warming up my thoughts. I was going through the scenarios in my mind, visualizing everything that's going to happen out there. And breath work, calming myself down, slight meditation, all those things help me in every situation that I'm in. So that's one of the reasons that I'm going to turn this around and talk about my breathwork is the best work course. My breathwork is the best work course is a foundational course, and it's going to help athletes especially, but it's going to help people that aren't athletes as well. If you want to know more about my breathwork is the best work course, click my bio, and the link is in my bio. You can check that out. I want you guys to definitely check that out. But that is what helped me win these belts, what helped me win that championship. It helps me on a daily basis, even when I'm not competing. When I have racing thoughts, I'm able to calm myself, I'm able to do my breath work, and I still walk around. I don't have to compete. I don't have to compete every single day. I walk around with the mindset of a champion. I'm going to compete to win the best things that I need to win throughout my day. I'm a champion in my day. I'm a champion. I'm conquering my to-do list. I'm conquering everything that I need to do. I do that daily. So just having a mindset of a champion does not only apply to people who are in sports, but I want to urge people that are in sports to definitely start to train your mindset, start to train your mentality as hard as you train your body.